In this video, we'll take a look at how to use Photo Story 3 for Windows. The first thing I'll do is select the Start menu and open the program. If you're using XP, select Start, Programs, and then look for Photo Story 3. In this case, I'll just search for it. Once I've opened the program, I really have 4 easy steps to create a photo story. It's going to open default, begin a new story. I'll click next. This is step 1, importing your pictures. It's real easy to do. Just click on import pictures and then find the pictures wherever you have them stored on your computer or cloud drive. To select the pictures, click on the first picture that you want, hold down the control button, and then select all the other pictures that you want to add. When you've selected the pictures, click OK. Notice Photo Story is adding the pictures in the same order you selected them previously. So, if you want the koala to be first, just click on the koala, drag him to the front. If I wanted the jellyfish to be last, I click on the jellyfish, move him to the end. There are some editing effects here. For example, I can rotate a picture, handle some red eye issues, and some other coloring effects. If I select Edit, I can change the effects of the picture. For example, if I click Add Effect, I can select a black and white look, or a negative, or a charcoal. If I wanted to apply this to all the pictures, I'd select this button right here. In this case, I don't. Next, click Save and Close. Step 1 is done. I have my pictures imported, I have the effects I want on them, and I move them around in the order that I want them. Next, click the Next button. In this stage, I can add text and also put some other effects on the pictures as well. Let's say, for example, on this picture, I wanted to type link. Okay. Notice when I type it, it'll show up in the middle, and it will be black as default. If I want to change the text color, I'll select this button. And I can change this to maybe a brighter color. I can also change font style, size, so on and so forth. Many of the things that you would do in Microsoft Word. When I'm happy with what I've done with the text, I click OK. And notice the effects have been applied. I can also move where the text is on the page. For example, I can move it all the way left, to the right, center. I can move it to the top, to the bottom, or the middle. Okay. You would continue this process for each picture until you had all the text that you wanted on the picture. One note, if the picture is poor quality, the text will also take on that poor quality, so make sure you're working with good pictures. Next, I can add an effect here if I did not do so on the previous page. Alright? That's step 2. I then click Next to get to the third step. In this step, there's 2 things I can do. One is to record my voice over the photo story. So for example, if I have vacation pictures, I just click this record button, start talking, and as the pictures appear, I can talk about what we did on vacation or whatever it might be. I'm not going to do that for the purposes of this training video. Just know that that option is right here. The next thing I can do is change the motion. And I'm going to click the preview button to show you what I'm talking about. What Photo Story does really well is it takes pictures and it kind of moves them. Notice this one's zooming in, zooming out, zooming, kind of panning away, and so on and so forth. If I want to change that, I select Customize Motion. I can change how long the picture appears. I can also change where the picture will start and end as it's displayed. I do so by checking this button, then moving this option around. Okay. So for example, I might want the picture to start wide and then focus in on his face. If I click preview, I can check this. Okay. It's a nice way to help the viewer kind of get a feel for what you're doing and what you're trying to say with your photo story. When I've done this and I'm happy with the way it looks, I click Save, Close, and step 3 is complete. Clicking the next button will bring me to the final step, which is to add audio. Now you can create music by selecting this. Bit of a warning, this is kind of limited. It's okay, but it's kind of lower quality, if you will. But feel free to play around with this and maybe you'll find something that you like for your photo story. Another option is to not have any audio or to select the music. So I'm going to click Select Music. In this case, I'm just going to use a sample music that I have. I'll select this track. Open. Now notice this bar has appeared after I selected the music option and added the file. The music will start on the picture that you select. So for example, if I had this picture selected and then I selected the music and imported it, it would start at this picture. Okay. The audio is just kind of something you'll play around with and you'll get a feel for, and however it is that you're customizing your photo story. Now at any time I can click Preview. And get a feel for what this is going to look like. I'm actually going to slide back to the beginning. Alright. Finally, when I'm done, I'm going to have to save it. This is a mistake a lot of students make, and they kind of save it right here and turn this into the project is not actually done yet. I have to click Next. I have to find a spot to save it, so I'll click Browse. I usually like to save whatever I'm doing to the desktop, so I'll select that, and I'll leave the default name Photo Story 1. Now click Save. Then when I click Next, it's actually going to produce the photo story. If you don't do this step, you're just going to get the project and not the movie. So make sure after you select where you want it to be saved that you click Next. At this point I can view my story, or I can go here, open it up. Alright. So 4 easy steps and you can create your own photo story. This has been How to Use Photo Story 3 for Windows.